Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the Bushwhacker Weekly stream with Georgia and Nick. We are the active developers of Bushwhacker 2, codename Entertainment's oldest running game. I'm Nick, your programmer, designer, content creator, and community manager, and with me is Georgia. Hit me with your intro, Georgia.
Hello, everybody. I am the artist for Bushwhacker 2, and today I am drawing a cute little fairy ferret, one of the pets from the recent Thanksgiving event.
Ooh.
Mm-hmm.
That was a good set of pets. I enjoyed them.
Yeah, I really like doing autumn themed because I just really like the color scheme of red, orange, and yellow.
It's a good palette.
It's very warm, very natural. I really like it.
And behind the scenes, we have Jay moderating today in Sasha's stead. Thanks, Jay. And happy birthday, Jay!
Yes, happy birthday!
Just as before, there is a coupon code at the top left of the stream, which you can redeem for some in-game items to supplement your adventures, specifically a Quester's Satchel, which has mysteriously random contents, which is very exciting. And we'll be here for an hour to answer your questions and chat. Georgia, how many submissions did we have from last week's coloring sheet?
We had a total of 11 really cool submissions. So I'm going to pop those up right now.
Please do.
First one here, it was submitted by Vezorbin, formerly known as Elephant Lady 1946. Looks like they went for. I like how they added some extra detailing on the wings here.
Some highlighting, yeah.
Mm-hmm. And I'm standing proudly on top of the tiger head. That's pretty cute.
Yeah, your writing is good.
Yeah.
They colored the eyes and the muzzle.
Mm-hmm. Very nice.
Little erasure on the tail tip there. Interesting. That's good.
Yeah, it's very good. Next one is by Nick himself.
Yeah. Brown tiger.
You got some cool shading underneath the tiger there too.
Oh,
whoa.
you seeing that? You dig it?
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Simple white floor. It's fine.
Simple white background world that he's in.
I was going for a weird, trying to darken the stripes with a black pencil crayon, but it kind of just tarnished them a little.
No, it looks kind of like you're shading them on the edges there a little bit.
Yeah, tried.
It looks good, Nick.
Thank you.
The next one is by Missy, Nick's lovely fiance.
We had a lot of fun, kind of thrown off by the stripes in some places where they loop around.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you color the wrong part and you're like, oh no, it's too late to go back.
I was when I was coloring mine this morning, I was like, oh, wait, what part is what? And I'm like, oh, okay. Because I was trying to match the mount, of course, as much as I could. And the patterning is way easier to see when there's color, but when there's the stripes, you're kind of like, huh.
Yeah. This is where paint by color would have been helpful.
With the little numbers.
Yeah.
This next one is by Kiki. I really like the outlining on this. I think it looks pretty cool.
Do they have a glow going on the wings? A little orange?
Yes, there's a little warm gradient glow going on there, which looks really nice.
Nice touch.
Wow. Yeah, I really like the colors of this one. This turned out great. And they colored the box up here and the logo, which I keep forgetting to do myself. So, extra points. I know, I'm a failure. Can't even color my own drawing.
Yeah. You've already done your part. I can't critique you.
This next one here is by Hellzoo. Got some cool, speckly, spotty.
I think they're using the airbrush tool.
Yeah, it looks kind of like an airbrush, yeah. With a cool blended green background going on there.
Neat palette, too.
Yeah, the browns and the oranges and the yellows.
Yeah.
Very nice. This next one here is from Forging a Heart.
This is good.
Yeah, this is a nice palette. I like the gray and the pink and the white. It reminds me of like bubblegum for
Yeah,
some reason.
totally. I
I
love the
really like.
simplicity of it.
Mm-hmm. And they got the patterns right too. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, this looks crisp.
Very crisp, very nice.
I love the toe beans in this coloring
Yeah,
sheet.
toe beans, yeah. Next was by Fly Baby. This one turned out really good.
Good signature there too.
Yeah, it's
Stylish.
very nice. I think Fly Baby submitted more than one too, so this is their first one.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, and they like shaded the bottom of the bushwhacker. It's like
yeah, they did, and there's like some sort of gradient going on with the tail I can see,
oh, I
and on
didn't
the
notice
leg,
that.
and on the
Whoa.
head here. Very warm colors
Mm-hmm.
with the nice green eyes as an accent.
Mm-hmm.
This is the second one by Fly Baby. This one's also really nice. It's very soft feeling.
Yeah, I wondered if they took this, if they drew it and not digitally, because it's got like a sepia happening on the edges. Like it's
Yeah, it's got some
like
sort of
almost a
like almost
photo.
like a vignette, but not
A
quite.
vignette, yeah. Like I
Hmm.
wonder if they added that digitally as just part of the style. It makes it look like
Yeah.
it's mounted in like a museum or something.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Oh, that would be really neat if we somehow had a place to view these in game and players could browse through them.
I think we could. We already have several things. Like we added the compendium, which you click and you just browse basically a bunch of
Yeah.
images.
Yeah, it'd be cool if players are interested in doing that. Like people could see submissions like a Royal Art Gallery book or something like that.
Oh. Ah, that'd be cool.
But yes, very nice colors. This next one's by Barb Zach.
Good job,
There's a lot-
Barbara.
Yeah, there's more colors here, which is cool.
Mm-hmm.
Got some
That's
grays and oranges.
big
And
improvement.
blue.
You can see the mastery over the tool coming in here.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder. I use Paint.net for my digital arting, which is just like a cheap open source,
Mm-hmm.
kind of like a shadow of what Photoshop is. But they have like a when you're using the paint bucket tool, you can set like the percentage of how aggressive it will paint in
Yes.
to fill in
Yeah.
some whites. So I wonder if that kind of thing would help with the like the corners of the stripes and stuff. You can
Mm-hmm.
paint on.
Yeah. I found that like when I upgraded my Photoshop, my previous Photoshop I used to use all the time, it would kind of look like it had the white outlines and stuff like that. But the newer Photoshops seem to correct that. So like a program like Paint.net sounds like it would be really useful for that. Paint bucketing is always tricky on certain programs. Some programs do it better than others.
Mhm.
But yeah, I haven't tried Paint.net.
I mean, you have the better tools. So no need. Aquafishy said, "Folks, you need to wait until everybody's finished watching the ads." I never thought about that. But
Oh my goodness.
I suppose it's happening now. It's okay. Continue.
All right. Anyways, good job, Barb. This looks great. Next one here is by Aquafishy. So they've used a lot of different textures here, and they got a circular shadow, some clouds, and a planet in the background.
So cool.
Got some like rainbowy stripes going on here.
Oh wow,
and
I didn't even process that.
Got changed the font up to fancy.
Pinky out, winged tiger.
Yeah.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
Wow.
there's a lot of different. This reminds me of what was that? I used to use it when I was younger a lot. When I was like playing around on the computer, exploring different types of patterning and everything. I think it was like a Corel Studio, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And it reminds me, there was like different types of textures like this that I would just go all out with when I was younger.
Yeah,
It was a lot of fun.
reminds me of like fire or magma. Oh, Aquafishy
Yeah.
says to look at the eye.
Oh wow, there's like fire in there. Is that looks like fire? Yeah.
That's
Such
rad.
detail.
Well done. Well done.
Yes, well done. And then here's mine I did this morning. Just the colors of the pet essentially. So nothing super creative. because I was already creative enough creating the mount. So I'm like, I'm just gonna copy myself.
That's fair. It's the most direct translation from the in-game pet.
Yeah.
Utopians don't match the nose.
Oh my goodness, Nick. I failed. I was totally, I think I did the nose last. I think that's what it was because I saw that I forgot to color in the nose.
Look, I'm just gonna say it's like it's darkened. It's the same color, but it's shaded.
There's a shadow
Yeah.
right only on the toe
Only
piece.
on the paws.
That's just how shadows work. I should know. We got great submissions, everyone. These turned out fantastic. Very excited to see how excited players are with these coloring pages and how creative they are with color schemes and palettes and gradients and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's so great seeing people going that extra mile just to explore their artistic abilities.
Yeah, it's always nice to see that people are enjoying them. Makes me feel all giddy seeing people's versions and stuff.
Totally.
Good stuff, everybody.
Perfect segue. Why don't you talk about what you're drawing today?
I am drawing the fairy ferret, as I mentioned before, from the Thanksgiving event. Thought it was very appropriate since the Thanksgiving event is still going. And we're still in that autumny type season before it gets into the true holiday season. Which then I'll probably be doing more wintry themed pets, which will be exciting. But yeah, this was one of my favorite pets from the Thanksgiving event. I really like little ferret critters and everything, so I thought he turned out pretty cute.
Yeah, I think this is the second ferret in the game.
Is it?
Is
there only 2 ferrets?
Maybe.
Gotta add more ferrets.
As discussed, we have a lot of gaps in our pet lineup, I guess. You think we have something, you check it, we don't have any of it. And it's been 8 years. What's wrong with us? We should have literally like every pet in Wikipedia.
We should. I mean, I've drawn like, I don't know how many at this point.
So many.
Even I'm questioning myself. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I drew that already. I'm not sure. Sometimes it's a blur.
I don't blame you for not remembering what you drew 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
I've drawn so many. I'm just like, I don't know. Or I'll get confused sometimes with pets and mounts. I'm like, I'm pretty sure I drew that already. I'm like, oh no, I drew that as a pet, not a mount yet. So.
Thank you everyone who's joined the stream so far. I see I should talk more toward the mic. I'm bad at this. I'll bring this over here. We got Kiki BW2. Thanks for joining again. They
Nice.
say some stripes were tricky. They agree regarding the tiger. Yes, yes, yes. Livnath is in the chats. Good job, Kiki. Travis looks goody. I'm sorry I butchered that. I'm new to the game. I'm new and I love the game. Thank you for joining. Glad to have you in the game. Hope you like playing it. The code for the last stream is expired. If you join the newsletter, there are more codes. You get a code for the newsletter mailbox ranch item, which you can click every day on your ranch for mana, I believe. Highly recommend signing up for that. And then we usually send out some newsletters with more coupons for when events go out and when big updates come out. Yeah, today's code is bushes, not pottery. This is a little reference to the origins of the game, where was inspired by The Legend of Zelda, where when you as Link are not saving the world and adventuring around, are usually just breaking other people's potteries and vases for petty sums of gold.
Gold, Nick?
No, rupees!
Rupees?
Rupees!
Oh my goodness.
The game doesn't have any concept of gold.
I'm like, what are you
The ore doesn't
talking
even
about?
exist
Gold?
in it. So I believe Dave and Justin, when they conceived of this game, it was that instead of finding random stuff, well, you actually whack bushes in Zelda, so it's basically the same minus the pottery. Look, what I'm trying to say is bushes are sustainable, whilst pottery is beautiful works of art, painstakingly made by potters. So, whack bushes, not pottery. This is Nick's PSA. Signing off.
Well done, Nick.
So hopefully that gives some background to the code. Very eloquently said, I know. Thanks. Hopefully that explains it. JPL77, thanks for joining. KKPW, bushes not pottery, question mark, lol. Hope that explains it. Amazing submissions. Awesome job on the coloring sheets, everyone. Posted by C&E Games. Is that Jay? Hey, you're not aqua fishy, you're agua fishy. Says, psst, a plain white t-shirt would be really nice. Well, like, do you want the Bushwhacker logo on it? Or just a plain white t-shirt? I'm assuming it's the latter. The former. I'm rambling. I'm just trying to catch a bunch out here. KQPW, maybe in the future Georgia can draw a dragon. Hmm?
Oh, yes. I think that was mentioned last time, I believe.
Why don't you do that? Didn't we do a winter dragon last year?
No.
What?
No, we didn't.
Oh,
A
we did
good
the
month.
horse.
A good month, actually, for doing dragon-themed coloring pages would be January, because Nate's birthday.
Yeah, shout out to Nate's birthday. That's a good idea.
That month I'm gonna have fun with doing, I think, strictly dragon-themed mounts and pets, which will be a lot of fun. So there'll be a lot of dragons.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, maybe you could do like a collab photo with like the. By collab, I mean it has more than one animal in it, so you're not really collaborating. But, like the fire hydra and the dragon and whatever. Lots of fiery dragon-esque themed things.
There are a lot of fiery dragon-esque themed things, I agree. I'm already thinking of all the different dragons. We got so many dragons, which is awesome. I love dragons.
We do. Jay wants me to check the question doc. Here we go. Oh. Gonna do some news. I didn't do the updates. So, got some topics here. Happy birthday, Jay was one of them. Update on the Extra Life stream. We are holding off while we see how the current local COVID-19 situation kind of evolves over the next week or so, to see if there's any changes to the public safety guidelines. So stay tuned for that. The charity promotions in the games have still gone or are still going, so we're still raising money. I think we raised over $1,000 for BC Children's Hospital in Bushwhacker. I'm not sure what the updates are or anything else, but we'll be posting the usual social on what the results were from that, but it seems to be going good so far. Thank you all for your contributions. I hope you enjoy your in-game rewards. Like the chariot. Me and Georgia hauling you around Bushwhackia. Mentioned last week and the week before, trinket sets are going to come out this Friday after the event is done. I'm just doing some final testing of it, and I'm really liking how the feature's coming along, so I can't wait to see what you all think of it. And that was after kind of processing the feedback of the Q&A, well, not the Q&A poll, the feedback poll on trinket sets that we posted in the forums a couple weeks ago. We decided to, it's only going to be your trinkets. It's not going to include your pets and mounts and sword for the moment, but we can always add those kind of toggles later on. And Armor Games, remember, you got your migration deadline at the end of this month. It is the 24th today. Your last day to play on Armor Games is the 30th. As long as you migrate before December 31st, you can keep your game progress. The sooner the better. That's all in the notification above your game, so don't dawdle. And the Thanksgiving event is almost over. As I said, it's going to end on this Friday. Make sure to get 100% to get that last pet holiday piece. It's almost time to assemble them. One more event, the Christmas event, and then you'll have, or could have, all the pieces needed to make the wonderful holiday pet. If you haven't noticed it so far, although have they? Yeah, when you show the icon for the pet piece, it's in like a kind of a silhouetted version of the entire pet, and then it's highlighted, the part.
The icon or the blog image?
Oh, it's the blog image.
It is.
If you look at the blog, you can kind of get an idea what it's gonna be like.
Save the face for last.
The entire face. It's gonna be a big piece. JPL. What if you love smashing pottery?
Then you're a vandal.
You are a vandal. I actually think there might be a bush or two that has pottery depicted in it. Alternatively, there's I heard about these weird rooms. This is in real life, not Bushwhacker, where you pay to just like go into a room and smash things with a hammer or what have you, just to like blow off some steam. Maybe that's up your alley, JPL. JPL says, what if they are ugly? Dash the pottery. Like, if the pottery is not beautiful, is it worth smashing? If that's what you mean, I say beauty's in the eye of the beholder.
I mean, it could be universally just ugly. I've seen some stuff that's just like, hey, there's no way nobody anybody likes this.
What if the point? It's art. What if the point of it is that it's ugly?
That's true.
And then there's that. I think it's called Wabi Sabi, and it's where you highlight the flaws in like a piece of art or something. So they'll take it's a Japanese thing, I believe. So they'll take like a piece of pottery, and when it breaks, they'll highlight it with like gold glue to glue it all back together. So the cracks are actually a highlighted feature of it. That's
cool. Weird.
Aquafishy, a dragon lurking over Nate. Oh, you should involve Nate in it.
I should.
That's a good idea. That's cool. People like to hate Nate.
I still like Nate.
Oh yeah, you're the pro Nate.
I think it's because he's based off of Nathan Drake, and I really like Nathan Drake, so I still associate him with Nathan
He is
Drake.
just a radical caricature of Nathan Drake.
Yeah, he's more of a jerk. Like a jerk version.
Yeah, almost even... I always question how malicious he is. I kind of just get that he's so incompetent and
dumb that
dumb.
he doesn't actually know what he's doing.
He doesn't mean to hurt people and burn down the forest or what have you. It just kind of happens because he's infatuated with dynamite. JPL says, is that Georgia speaking with Nick?
Yes, it is.
That's Georgia, all right. Artist of Bushwhacker. Most of the things you see were created by her. It's not entirely true, but a lot of it is.
Hey, a lot of the critters, that's
Yeah.
for sure.
So true. Aquafishy, I do love a nice toe bean. Don't we
Yes,
all? They're just so cute.
they are. I used to, with my hedgehog, he had the tiniest little toe beans because,
Aw.
they're already small. And when I'd cuddle him and stuff like that, I would just like massage his paws and his back feet, and he loved it. His toe beans were so soft.
That was so adorable.
Hmm.
Keep seeing pictures of hedgehogs and stuff on social media. I've been meaning to share them with you.
Oh yes, I love good hedgehog pictures. I've been like ever since we were on the list for adopting our newest hedgehog baby. I've been looking up like hedgehog pictures every now and then. It's kind of like serotonin to me. I just love them so much.
Aw. What's the status on that?
Oh, yeah, I guess none of the players know, but my hedgehog did pass away
They do know
a little
that.
bit ago. Yeah, there was the charity promo we ran for that, which was awesome. We raised a bunch of money to help animals.
The BCSPCA.
Yes, and a little bit ago, maybe 2 months ago now, or a month and a half ago, my mom surprised me by telling me that she signed us up for being on an adoption list for a baby hedgehog from a local breeder. And so I believe our little guy is going to be born either January or February. And so when he's born, she'll send us pictures of the babies, and we pick out our baby. And then once we pick him out, she'll send us frequent updates about how he's doing and hear like different experiences he's having, and just like a progressional thing until we're able to take him home, because they still have to stay with their mamas for a little bit,
Right.
as most critters do. And yeah, she sounds really lovely. She's really into hedgehogs. She treats them exceptionally well. She even has like a little hedgehog spa type area. So like if you live locally, you could take your hedgehog there just to get pampered and like have a nice relaxing time with treats and all that other kind of stuff. So it seems like a really awesome place to get hedgehogs from. She ships them all over Canada, and she gets different types of hedgehog colors. So you can get really dark ones or really light ones or mixed match colors. Yeah, it's awesome. It's great. She seems like a lovely, lovely person. So yes, very excited about that. So I've just been like looking at hedgehogs, just waiting in anticipation for the little guy.
That's so exciting.
It's very exciting.
Can't wait for you to start sharing regular pics on the Happy channel. The new
Oh
hedgehog.
yes, I'm gonna do that, and then maybe bring him on webcam. Yeah, it's gonna be good.
One of mine and Missy's favorite things is when we're like in video chat and stuff, and then we see someone's like cat pop into camera.
Yeah.
It'll be like that with a hedgehog.
Yeah, it's just like a moment of excitement. You're like, oh, animal friend. Yes, pets are very great. They're good for your mental health. They're good for coping. They're good for stress relieving. They're just an awesome presence to have around. Very nurturing, good listeners.
Especially in a time like this too. It's a perfect time to get a pet.
Yeah.
Missy and I are holding off on getting our 2 cats until we finish the wedding and go on our honeymoon, because we don't want to kind of like adopt new animals and then ditch them for 2 weeks.
Yeah, they'll be like, what the heck?
What's going on?
Do you know what kind of breed of cat you're gonna get, or are you gonna adopt, or?
Not picky. I mean, I was talking about getting a sad old cat. Making the sad old cat happy.
Yeah, I fully recommend adopting. Our last cat, he was adopted, and he was the sweetest cat ever. He was super smart, super affectionate, really well tempered. Like he was an amazing cat.
That's wonderful.
So I definitely recommend adopting if you can, because those kitties need a home and they're usually so sweet.
Yeah, and I'm excited to get two so they can kind of teach each other and entertain themselves when we can.
Yeah.
We've got a cool sunlight at the top of the stairwell, and we're thinking about building like a. It's like really deep inset into the roof. So we're wondering if we could build like a like mesh that they could go and hang out there, like a cat hammock or something.
Oh, that'd be cute.
Yeah. JPL says, Elle and I got 2 quarantine kitties.
Oh.
That's wonderful. That's what we want to do. I hope they're doing well.
Yeah.
Kiki BW says, those trinket sets are going to be a huge relief to all the clicking. Yeah, if you ever want to change your trinket sets, you've got 10 different things to change, or 8 different ones you can change, and it's not easy. So I really hope that using trinket sets will make that a breeze, and also make people more likely to engage with those systems, because there's lots of really neat trinkets, and I think encouraging people to be able to use those is great. GPL cannot wait for builds. Trinket builds. Yeah. Beatings Galore says, when at Amicus Island, avatars standing in front of the quest givers for a while make it impossible to click on the quest givers. Is there a workaround, or could there be? This has been worse since people hang out there hoping for others to click on them to buddy up. Oh. Just waiting to accidentally become friends. It's nefarious. I think this only really started to become an issue when mounts were added, because they're just so big and their profile takes up a lot of space. I think originally we wanted you to be able to click through them, but that wouldn't really help in this situation. I think Justin and I had talked about maybe a couple of years ago about having a toggle where you can click through players, which I think is a thing. It might just be we have to tweak a little, like maybe it's a bug since mounts were added, or we might just need to, I don't know, hide the mount when you're interacting with a island NPC, but that's a good question. Thank you for pointing that out. Take a look at that. Yeah, Dang GV says there is a checkbox to avoid clicking on the players. So I think I just gotta take a peek in the code to see if the mounts are blocking it or something, because you should be able to do that. And we have the players they stagger when they interact with the same NPC, so they'll kind of make like a group, so you should still be able to see it. But I blame the beautiful giant mounts that we've added to the game.
I can't help it. Some of them got to be larger than life.
What is the biggest mount we have?
Oh, dang. I'm going to look that up. Hang on. We got a lot of big mounts. It comes from, like, when I was little and I'd play video games, I'm like, I want to be riding on something really big and really awesome just to show how badass I am.
Yeah.
So that sometimes rubs off in my mounts.
I think it's one of the Cerberuses.
The bone T-Rex is pretty big, actually. I think that's probably one of the biggest. But Cerberus is also really big. The most recent Cerberus, anyways, the Halloween Cerberus is pretty big. And
I think one of the first mounts you did was the Venus Beast.
Yes, that one's also really big.
Yeah.
Same with the one from Spring Garden, the Flower Dragon. That one's pretty big. I really like that one. Kitsune's pretty big.
Oh yeah, and it's got the tails.
Yeah, the Hydra, also from Nate's birthday, is pretty big.
Anything with 3 heads is usually pretty like broad.
Yeah, I love doing 3 heads. I just like animating the different like snapping animation. That's one of my favorite things. I'm guilty of that. I like 3-headed creatures, like monster creatures.
They're very cool, and I love the character you give each different head.
Yeah.
JPL77 says, I'd like Nate more, but he screws up my statue. He sure does. We added the statue lock, but it plays a rather long cinematic that a lot of players just don't want him to ever show up at their at the commons ever. So it's been a discussion what to do about that, but fortunately there's been such pressing things. I haven't had a chance to do fun things like that yet.
Yeah, I was looking at my art lists of stuff to do, like just the little things. And I'm like, oh man, I don't have time for any of these right now. So hopefully in the new year, I can get some of those. Like, I know that cover for the Creature Compendium book was requested, and other stuff like that. I'll definitely be taking a peek at those once I get a bit more free time.
Yeah. Yeah, and hopefully things will settle and we'll get a bit more time to work with.
Yeah,
Like
November
with the
was very
migrations and
busy.
stuff. Yeah, this month was very busy.
And I kept having silly things happen, like fracturing my tailbone, and I'm like, but I need to work.
Now's not the time, Bones.
I'm like, I didn't want to fall down the stairs, all right?
Ugh.
My butt's feeling better, though, so there's that.
Good. I hope you learned your lesson.
I don't think I did, because I'll probably fall down the stairs again in the future. I mean, I didn't learn it last time from when I fell down the stairs, so... I just thought, hey, wouldn't it be fun to fall down the stairs?
Really hope it wasn't like that.
No, it was
Some other thought process led to that.
No, what happened was I was wearing these socks, and for some reason these socks were incredibly slippery.
Do you have wooden staircases?
No, it wasn't even wooden. It was carpet.
Carpet?
It was carpet. Yeah, and it was at a friend's house. And I was going down the stairs, and my socks were so slippery that they gave out from under me, and I fell down the stairs, and it really, really hurt.
Oh. That's one of those injuries, too, that just reminds you, like, ow, I sit down a lot.
Yeah. Like, when it first happened, it was obviously the worst. There would be points where I'm sitting down, and I would just move slightly, and I'd, like, yelp. So I'm like, oh, gosh, like, when you're sitting on your butt, when you're like, you sit still for longer than like I've actually realized, and so when you actually move, I'm like, oh god, I haven't moved in a while, and it's really showing because I'm yelping out in pain from my butt hurting.
Yelp.
But I've got a butt pillow, which actually helps my lower back and general overall support, so it was a good investment in the end, and it's been really helping.
Good. I'm glad you found some kind of cure.
Yeah, like I've got a cure for broken bone. But no, I've been getting up more frequently just to stretch, so that's been helping. The butt pillow, obviously, it's like my best friend at this point. I just love it. And yeah, so that's also why stuff's been pretty crazy for November. So gonna get more back on track in the new year.
Yes, content forever marches on. Well, I'm glad to hear you're doing better, and this will now be the stream with the most uses of the word butt.
Yeah. On today's stream, is George's butt feeling better? Find out.
Just have like a butt count in the bottom.
Yeah, butt count.
Number of times the word butt was said. JPL says, is the Georgia in-game pet wearing a cap? Why don't you describe your hat?
Oh, my hat. That is my in real life raccoon hat. That is my favorite hat that I would wear all the time at the office because I was in dire need of a haircut and I was too lazy. So I'm like, I'm just gonna wear this hat forever, and then it just became like a staple as being like the top half of my head. And I still love that hat dearly, and I used to wear it like in high school and college. Like that was like a part of who I was, essentially, was that hat. So it's a raccoon, and it's actually got an X over one of the eyes, but it's hard to tell when the sprite's so small. But that is the origin of my hat.
Did we add it as an actual item you could
We
wear?
did.
Yeah, in the anniversary
Yeah.
event 2 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You could impersonate classic Georgia in the game.
Yes.
Thank you for sharing that.
Yeah.
Agua Fishy says, one of my dogs has a mohawk, so he's too cool to be caught making mischief. Just a cool sentence. I like your dog. Agua Fishy would like to know what drawing pad Georgia is using, please.
Drawing pad, like program?
Yeah, like, oh, maybe probably your tablet.
Oh, my tablet. I am using what model is this? It's a Wacom Cintiq.
It's the one most of the
and-
office people use too, right?
Yes. Mine is, I don't know if it's probably older for sure than some of the models in the office. Since I've had this since I think 2016. And it works perfectly. Like, I've never had any issues on it. I don't even know if I've got any scratches on my screen. Yeah, I used to actually originally have a Wacom Bamboo, which is more like a smaller tablet that you'd use on your lap. It's about the size of a piece of paper.
Mm-hmm.
And personally, drawing on a screen is way easier for me because when I draw most of the time, I draw traditionally before coloring it digitally. So this feels more natural for me to actually be looking at what I'm drawing as opposed to, drawing on my lap and looking at the screen to see what I'm producing. Since that always kind of like threw me off with like smaller tablets, because I'm like, I feel like I should be looking at what I'm drawing, but I'm drawing on my lap, but I'm looking at a screen, and it's a different sensation.
Yeah, I used to have one too, and it was such an adjustment to do that.
Yes.
And the fact that like you're drawing on a fixed sized thing, but then it's projecting to something like much bigger, and it's just weird.
Yeah, like for my work, I draw straight digitally, but for most of my art that I do on the side, or like personal art, I actually draw it all out on paper first, and then I put it on the computer, because I really like the classic feel of drawing on paper. I feel like I can get proportions more right, and I've got kind of a shaky arm sometimes when I'm drawing digitally too. So my lines are kind of more wobbly if I'm drawing straight on the tablet.
Why is that? Is that like because your arms more uplifted and?
I don't
not
know.
wanting to
I've
put too much
always,
weight?
I don't know. I've always struggled with, like, I guess I feel more constraint when I'm drawing digitally. Like when I'm on paper, I'm a lot more free. I can draw way faster on paper too. Like I've finished complete pictures in like 10 minutes or less because I'm way quicker. It feels more natural for my arm and my hand. And I guess on the tablet, because I'm so zoomed in, the strokes are wider. And I guess it's a bit more like, not uncomfortable feeling, but it's different than drawing like strictly on paper.
Right.
Because like with paper, it's like at a fixed size, but you can see everything you're drawing. Whereas with a tablet, you want to make sure you go in real close to make sure those lines are really straight and crisp. So I guess it's just whatever you're used to. Like most of my art friends, they all draw straight digitally. They don't even touch paper. And I'm like, I can't not touch paper. Like I need to just it's a nicer feeling, and I'm in a more comfortable position. Like I draw on the couch so I can get all like snuggly and
Yeah, I much
curled
prefer
up.
the physical space for drawing like that too. It's also just
Yeah.
another reason to get away from the computer, which we spend ages at.
Oh yes, like I did a calculation not too long ago, and with everything that I'm doing, like work included, and like I've got some commissions that I'm working on and other art stuff, other art projects. I think I draw around 11 hours a day at least.
Whoa.
So if I can take a break from the computer as much as I can, then, that's good for my eyes and my body. And like I said, it's more relaxing on the couch to just draw, have something going on the TV in the background.
Yeah. When I'm working on my side projects, I'll bring my laptop and just like lie on my stomach on the couch.
Mm-hmm.
Like Miss will be watching TV, and it's much more chill.
Yeah.
Is Georgia a fan of the Godzilla series?
Yes, I am.
I feel she would like King Ghidorah.
I love King Ghidorah. Yes, I love Godzilla and Ghidorah. I remember when the latest movie was coming out, I was like, Nick, you gotta watch this Godzilla trailer. It's so epic and everything.
Oh yeah, wasn't that one? It had like a classical piece playing, or like.
Oh yeah, I can't remember the name of that.
Yeah, it had like an unusual piece of music playing with it that really.
Here, I'll look it up.
It was rad.
Yeah, I'll look it up.
There is a Godzilla in the game.
There is.
Forget what we called it though. It's like God Lizard or whatever the translation of Godzilla is.
Oh, I found the song. It's Claire de Lune.
Oh yeah, so it's like this like really
iconic, yeah.
Well, it's like a kind of like high class classical piece on piano. Juxtaposed by giant pensive monster stuff. It was fresh. I enjoyed it.
I enjoyed the movie as well. It was just like big monsters fighting each other.
I think that question was from Jay, and they say, "Oh my God, same Georgia. You have the same. So you have good taste. I love King Ghidorah too."
Thank you. Yeah, he's rad. Like when I saw him in the movie, I'm like, oh my God, look how badass he looks. I was like, when I was in the theater, I was like shaking up and down. I was so excited. I love Monsters, Kay. It was so much fun. And my mom's a huge Godzilla fan too, so we're both just like, yeah, in the theater. It's very fun.
That's cool. I love it when they mix up the sound design, because we get so many trailers and stuff with the same brown note drama.
Or I remember the era where it's just like, bwah.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like the what was that movie? Not Interstellar. Inception.
Yep.
It's like took a brown note to the next level. Jay agrees that they had really good sound design. Jay was classically trained for piano for 12 years.
Whoa, I was also trained with piano.
What?
I told you this, Nick.
Did I tell you that I was also classically trained?
Yes, you did.
Oh. Let's have a piano party.
Yeah.
6 hands.
I think I started when I was 7, and I think I went up until I was maybe 11 or 12.
Whoa.
Yeah, I was always like pushing to go to the next limit because I wanted to play all the fun songs like Flight of the Bumblebee.
Oh.
And I learned it too.
I think you definitely went to the next level than I did.
I mean, I don't think I could play it now, but at a point I could.
It is still amazing how much your like muscle memory remembers from music.
Oh yeah. Like the benefit with what I do, I guess, with like eye-hand coordination is I'm always doing stuff, so drawing, playing video games and stuff, so it's always kind of there. It's just, I guess, retraining your brain to use it in another way, I guess.
Yeah, I've been meaning to keep on with my piano training. It's at the Conservatory of Music. It was cool.
Yeah, when I was younger, the reason why I stopped piano was originally I just joined piano because I wanted like a different outlook and I thought that maybe playing music would be fun, but I told my teacher I didn't want to do anything like serious like concerts or anything like that. Um, and so they would do like piano recitals because, it's part of the course and it's always fun for your parents to go see you play. And they're like, oh, there's my kid playing piano and stuff. And I didn't mind that part of it, but she really did want to push me for doing like proper classical concert like quality stuff. And I kept telling her, nah, it's not really for me or whatever. So
Mm-hmm.
then I kind of just stopped.
Yeah, I really wanted to do jazz, but the bar is
Mm-hmm.
very high for jazz.
Oh, yeah.
Here is Agua Fishy's dog painting. Ooh, I'm sharing it on the stream, Georgia. Sorry, I'm
How do I see that?
overlapping your drawing.
I can't even see it. Hang
It's.
on.
I'll share it with you later, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sure it's amazing.
It
I just can't
is
see it on my
amazing.
end. All I can see is Nick's face.
Zoom. We're zooming.
I can't even see my screen. It's
Well,
weird. Yeah, it's just black for me.
And that was in watercolor. It looks beautiful.
Oh, now I want to see it more.
Wait, I could share my screen. Screenception.
Screenception.
I'm scared. Can the computer take it?
Is my brain gonna hurt?
If it does that infinite hallway effect. Zakaro says, Nick, how come I have to use the code 3 times to get into that? FHAT. I'm not sure. If it eventually worked, then I think you're good to go. 3 different codes. Oh, get into chat? I'm not sure. If this is regarding the stream, it looks like you made it. If it's regarding the game, submit a ticket, and I'll take a look-see. All right, we got 7 minutes. Any last questions? Not sure why it would take long to load the game last few days. It can be a little slower with the event, but that's usually dictated by your computer, not really the servers. There's kind of like 2 types of lag. Is it a network thing or is it a computer graphics thing? Internet's pretty temperamental sometimes, but I haven't experienced any big issues on my end loading up the game. Not sure what your computer specs are, but if it's seems truly egregious, submit a ticket. A lot of these issues, especially with loading, are usually on more RAM, says Agua Fishy. Yeah. Often they have to do with your own setup, making it very hard to debug on my end. There are some optimizations we can make, but there's been nothing glaringly obvious. But the more data I have on who's experiencing these issues during what, makes it easier for me to kind of dig in there. I've got a lot of responsibilities with the game, so any issue that's not mission critical and I can't reproduce, or debugging would be this long expedition into the code base with lots of profiling and stuff, tends to be lower priority. But the more times I hear about it, the more details I can get, the more likely I am to get some time to carve into it and fix it. Nick, I have logon ID, but when I do my password, I need code for chat here. for chatting here on the stream. I think you just need to log into your account, a Twitch account separate from your game one. Yeah. Aquafishy loves the fairy ferret, Georgia.
Ooh,
I
I'm
do too.
glad.
Is it done? You done there?
It is done. It's been done for a little bit now.
Oh, well, good job.
I gotta make him quick.
Do. It's ready to be turned into a coloring sheet. Well, I guess it basically is already. It's good to go. Anything else you want to mention?
Me?
You.
Me? Trying to think. Oh, I thought it'd be a neat idea if there was, if we wanted to do a poll for players, if there's a pet that they like or have a favorite pet, and they want to see it turned into a coloring sheet, maybe we could do something like that.
Yeah, I've been enjoying doing polls with the player base.
Mm-hmm.
I'd be happy to do that.
Yeah. So like we could have it where for one of the streams during a month, like you could do a poll for the month to see which pet players would want to see as a coloring sheet. And then we could have that as like a dedicated, this is a request pet stream.
Yeah, sure. I'll put it on my to-do to do a drawing sheet poll. Yes, KikiPW will definitely be putting dragons on that poll. I think you're almost guaranteed to get one for January.
Yes, for sure. January is going to be Dragon Month, I think, because we got so many lovely dragon pets and mounts in the game.
All right. Well, we got less than 2 minutes left. Gone through most of the questions, so I'm going to start wrapping up here. Thank you all for joining Bushwhacker Weekly Stream. It's great to hear from you all. Great to see people in here. I appreciate all your questions. If I missed anything, feel free to include it in tomorrow's forum Q&A or via a support ticket. I'll always cruise through those. It's my job. It's one of the best ways to get a hold of me, so I'll always be in the tickets. Big thanks to Georgia for joining the stream and showcasing her wonderful art.
And thank you for hosting the stream.
Thank you. Thank you. Couldn't do it by myself. Thank you, Jay, for moderating today's chat. Excellent having you here. To Dave for setting up all the tech as usual, and the stream gurus, Margaret, Dylan, and Sean. If you tune into any of the other Cine Games segments, you'll definitely see their lovely faces there. KPW says, thanks, Nick and Georgia. So great to meet my fellow bushwhackers here. Aquafish says, thanks, stream folks. Please add the left-hand whiskers. Oh yeah, you're missing whiskers, Georgia.
Oh, that's usually a stylistic choice I do.
Oh, there you go, Aquafishy.
Yeah, I usually only draw the whiskers on the one side. It's what I used to do when I would do like certain animation. Just because with the whiskers being on this side, it would make things a bit busy to see like mouth movements and other types of things. So I'd usually only have them on the one side. So it's just been like a stylistic choice for me.
You can add them in post, Aquafishy, in your submission. Yeah, so everyone make sure to visit the media page. Nightbot's doing a great job here, linking you there. We'll post this new one, the Fairy Ferret, for you to print out and color. See that on social media, on the forums and Facebook and possibly Twitter. We'd love to see your submissions for next week's stream, next Tuesday. With that, we bid you adieu. Happy whacking, everybody. Talk to you later.
Take care. Bye, guys.